Hello everyone, my name is Katie, the Introverted Reader, and today's video is, as promised, my July TBR. Now for the month of July, I wasn't planning on taking part in any readathons, but I spotted this particular readathon's Twitter floating around, and I read through it and it sounded really fun, really interesting. So I'm taking part in the Myth Take Reads readathon, which is going to be running all throughout July, I believe. I'll leave the Twitter handle down below if you guys want to click on there and see what's going on. But yes, it's basically a readathon where you read books that are sort of based on like folklore and legends and myths and stuff. So you can either go Pantheon or Path. I am going Greek Pantheon. And the Greek Pantheon was basically, honestly, I saw the prompts for that and I was like, yep, they seem easy enough. I'll just go that one. I'm going so basic this week, folks. So 5 books to be picked out for this prompt, and the first one is for the goddess Athena, and that is pick a book that is set within a city. And I went for one that is really popular in these parts. Okay, it's the first book in a trilogy that is very hyped up, and it's been on my shelf for a while and I think it's time to read it, and that is City of Brass by S.A. Chakrabarty. And obviously the word city is in the title, but it's also set in Cairo. So yes, this was actually really easy prompt for me because I do read a lot of fantasy that's set in different cities, whether they're fictional or not. But obviously this is set in Cairo, which is a very real city. So basically all I know is this is a story about a girl who doesn't believe in magic. Is really skeptical about life and everything, and I believe she accidentally sets free a genie or like a demon or something. She does something bad, and then that, you know, sort of things sort of escalates from there, and she's like, well, I guess I believe in magic now. So I believe that's what this is, but I am really excited to read this because, like I said, it's very popular and this cover is very pretty. So the next one is for the goddess Aphrodite. And we all know Aphrodite is the goddess of love. So her prompt is basically have a book that features romance. Pretty basic for Aphrodite. And I'm going for one that I meant to read in June, but I wasn't in the mood for it. So I'm carrying it on into July, and that is Kingdom of Flesh and Fire by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the sequel to From Blood and Ash, and it's basically a fantasy romance series about this girl who is a maiden. She is, you know, she has to wear a mask all the time. She's not allowed to experience any kind of fun or pleasure. And then she gets this new guard who's like really hot. And then they just, you know, get together and start doing it. Basically, there's a whole bunch of other stuff too, but that's the basic premise of it. And you know what? I love Jennifer L. Armentrout's books. I really do. And I'm really excited to carry on with the series and finally read this because I had it in June, but I wasn't in the mood for it. The next one is for the god Aries. I nearly forgot it there. And for his prompt is basically to read a dark story. And I think Aries would approve of this one that I'm about to read. The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. This is basically a really dark story about a war. And given that Aries is the god of war, I think he would definitely approve of that. Yeah, I mean, war. How dark can you get, honestly? So anyway, this is the sequel to the Poppy War. Poppy War is basically about this girl called Rin who lives in this really poor southern province, and she was adopted by this family because she was a war orphan, and the adopted family absolutely hate her and they just want her to be married off to the very nearest person and not hear from her again. She doesn't want that, so she basically decides to take this really difficult exam to get into this military academy in the city, and obviously nobody believes that she can do it, but she goes and does it and then gets into this military academy, and basically, yeah, everything goes from there. It's a very dark story. It's very violent, very gory, and I adored the Poppy War so much, and I'm so excited to get to this. I've been hearing a lot from people that this one is gonna break me, but although I heard that the Burning God is even worse, so I'm excited. But yeah, I am going to be listening to this and the City of Brass, I think, audibly, because this is huge. This is a chunky boy. So yeah, I am super excited to get to this. That's for Aries. The next one is for Hades, which is to read the first book in a series. And this is another one that I'm meant to read in June. Well, actually, I've been meaning to read it for a while, but I either haven't gotten around to it or I haven't been in the mood for it. And that's Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. Obviously, everybody knows what this is about by now, right? Because with the TV show and everything, people are rereading it and talking about it. Again, I wanted to read this before the TV show dropped. I never got around to doing that. But it's fine. I've been wanting to reread the Grishaverse for a while because I haven't read King of Scars and Rule of Wolves yet, so yeah. And I have the audiobook all ready to go for this, so I am excited to read this. Anyway, and the last one is for the goddess Hestia, and that is to read a book with fire in the title or on the cover. And I had two options for this, and like my superpower, I guess, for my Greek pantheon is that I can swap out a book on my TBR if I wished. So if this one doesn't work out, I have another one, but it's Grace and Fury by Tracy Bankhart. And obviously you can see fire on the cover there. The girl's on fire. And basically all I know about this is that it is about two sisters. One lives in a palace and she is being groomed to be a Grace, or also known as the perfect woman, whatever that means. And our other one is in prison because she's outspoken, she's different. Just, you know, all I know is that one's in the palace, one's in prison. I think Homegirl is trying to get out of the prison, and I think maybe the one in the palace is trying to get out of the palace. I don't know. It's pretty short. But again, I'm not immediately saying that I'm not gonna like this. I'm just saying if it doesn't work out, I have another book on the horizon that I could easily swap out if I don't enjoy this. I don't think I'll be swapping out any of the other ones because I am genuinely excited about all of them, particularly Dragon Republic and City of Brass. But like I said, I do have the power to swap if I wish. But as it stands, this is the TBR for the month of July. I'm excited to take part in this readathon. I love taking part in readathons. I took part in my first readathon last year. Well, that wasn't my own. And it was a lot of fun. So yeah, let me know if you're taking part in the Myth Take Reads readathon and what pantheon you are. Are you pantheon or path? Like, what are you doing? Like, what? Tell me what you're doing. What book are you reading? There are some other books that I still currently reading or want to read. I am still currently reading Traitor to the Throne by Elwyn Hamilton. It's the sequel to Rebel in the Sands. Still reading that. I've almost finished the audiobook. So hopefully I'll finish that soon. That's kind of my priority at the moment. But then I'm going to be diving into all these. So yes, that's it for the July TBR. So what are you reading in the month of July? Are you taking part in a readathon? What's happening? What's good? What's the crack? What's going on? So that's it for this video. My Twitter, Instagram are down below as always. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the bell so that you know whenever I upload. Yeah, and go and watch my previous video after you're done watching this one because I updated my bookshelf. Show you guys around this bookshelf behind me. So yeah, hope you're having a good day. See yous on Thursday for my June wrap up. I'll see you then. Bye.